Hello and welcome to this collective pick-a-card reading for what's blooming for you in 2025. My name is Erin Rachel Wilson. I'm an intuitive oracle card reader and creator, artist and graphic designer, Reiki practitioner, and eclectic witch. My passion is all things creative, providing you the insights you need to unlock your unlimited creative potential and authentic expression and align with your divine purpose. Featured in this reading will be my very own Blooming Spirit Oracle deck. Let's take a closer look. It's a 30-card deck with watercolor flowers, keywords, mantras, magical properties, and short and sweet card meanings, all of which I intuitively channeled. The cards themselves are ordered from an online supplier, but the rest is hand-cut and assembled by me. I hand-stitch the guidebooks and glue the covers to the spine, and I hand-cut, fold, and assemble the box. No two decks are exactly alike, and my love and care has gone into each and every one. For this reading, I'm going to use the 3-card spread of my guidebook called Build Your Garden. Blooming Spirit Oracle is available to purchase on my website with shipping anywhere in the world. This is a limited edition product, and when they're gone, they're gone. Something I'm doing a bit different in this reading is I have tuned in beforehand and channeled your guides to help me create these mini paintings, which you will use to help you tap into your own intuition on which pile you're most drawn to. You may be drawn to more than one pile because more than one may have a message for you. As with any collective reading, it's possible that not everything will resonate. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you would like to get more detailed and personalized insights for what's in store for you in 2025, until the end of January, I'm offering pre-recorded and personalized readings. How it works is you select up to 5 categories, including up to 1 custom category. And within a week of purchase, you will receive a recorded video reading via a private YouTube link, which you can reference anytime throughout the year. These readings are only $55 in Canadian currency and are available until January 31st or until sold out. Without further ado, I'm now going to play some relaxing music so you can take a moment to tune into which pile you are drawn to for your reading today. Enjoy! Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading for what's in store for you in 2025. So we're going to go ahead and pull over our 3 cards. So if you can remember from the intro, the first card represents what to plant more of in 2025. I do apologize, my camera is not very good at focusing on things close up, so I will be sure to just read any text on the cards for you. So we have number 6, Carnation. Gratitude, small moments, joy, beauty, perspective. So where in 2025 can you plant those little moments of pausing to express gratitude? Maybe you've been working on a gratitude practice. If not, that may be something that's really helpful in 2025 just to help you shift into that abundance mindset. Gratitude is such a key aspect of that. And then taking a pause as well to enjoy those small moments of beauty that's surrounding you, the little joys like having your warm cup of coffee in the morning, having a really good chat with a friend, reading a good book, noticing the way the sun is coming through the trees in the most beautiful, ethereal way. And when you do pause and take notice of these little moments, it does provide for you a greater perspective on just how beautiful life is. It can really help to shift us out of that negative thought pattern that may arise if we're kind of having a hard time. Anytime you're going through a challenging time in 2025, just remind yourself to pause and to find those little moments and aspects of beauty around you. And then the second card is what to prune in 2025. So this is what to release or refine this year. It could also represent something to leave behind in 2024. So I know 2025 is already underway. Maybe there's something that you've already been working on leaving in 2024. So this card is number 24, Iris. And then of course, it's funny how I just said leave it behind in 2024. We have the number 24, Inner Wisdom and Truth, Exploring Divination. So this card does sound quite positive, so you may be wondering, well, what would I want to leave behind in that? But you can look at the card's opposite. So where have you been repressing your inner wisdom and truth? Where have you been holding back from sharing that with the world? And how can you shift that in 2025? So how can you show up as more of your authentic self? How can you be more honest and truthful with others? And then if exploring divination is something that you've been interested in, but you haven't given that a try, that may be something to consider in 2025. So divination is, it can involve different tools to help you tune into spirit, into God, the universe, whatever language suits you, your values and your belief system. But it basically helps you tap into that higher source, higher self, to get the insights that you need. So, for example, oracle cards is a form of divination, or pendulum readings, or tea leaf reading, automatic writing. So, those are just some examples. If you do feel called to explore those in 2025, that could be a really great way to challenge yourself to tap into that inner wisdom and inner truth. And then for your third card, which is what is going to bloom in your life in 2025, we have number 9, geranium, trust, warning, envy, heat, intuition, and confidence. So something I want to highlight with this card is the word confidence. This card also represents stepping into more of your divine feminine energy and really embracing yourself as a goddess. So this doesn't just apply to those who identify as women. Everyone has divine feminine energy within them, and bringing that into greater balance with the divine masculine can really help us tap into our creativity, our intuition, and also just like help us own how beautiful and unique and powerful we are. So that's something that I see blooming for you in 2025, which is super exciting. Having said that, something to keep in mind with this journey of this like inner goddess blossoming is to be mindful of comparison of others and to celebrate your own uniqueness. Trust that you are on your own unique path to becoming your best self. So now what I'm going to do is pull additional cards for each of these individually. So we're going to focus on first what to plant more of in 2025. So we had that carnation card, which is about gratitude, enjoying those small moments of joy and beauty that help us gain more perspective in life. And before I do that, actually, I do want to open up my guidebook because each of these cards has magical properties, which is a new feature that I added in the second edition of the Blooming Spirit Oracle deck. And each card also has an affirmation, which is also a new addition. So carnations can be used in spells and rituals for love and devotion, physical healing during illness, or healing the mother wound and the heart. So if any of this resonates with you, that could be something to explore in 2025 as well. And your affirmation for this card is, my life is abundant with beauty and joy. So let's get some more cards for you. So I would like to know for group 1, what other insights can I provide about what to plant more of in 2025 for group? I pull this card more than any other one in this deck. So we have number 30, love, life's purpose. We have this beautiful woman embracing herself. She's got a bunch of flowers blooming from her heart. So what I'm getting with this card in relation to carnation is how taking moments to pause and building in ample moments of quiet and solitude and just reflecting without being distracted by devices. This is something I've been super present to lately, is just how much of my day I'm constantly looking at a device. I'm constantly distracted by something. So I find I tend to go from device to device to device all day long. And then I wonder why I'm exhausted at the end of the day and why I feel like the day wasn't very fulfilling for me. I might have been very productive. I might have got a lot done, but my soul doesn't feel like it was a productive day. So something I'm really being conscious of in 2025 is building in more of those moments where I'm just sitting, doing nothing, maybe looking out the window, maybe going for a walk, but I'm not. I mean, music can be okay because it can help you get into that kind of flow state, which is really good. But building in more of those moments of just peace and allowing yourself to daydream, basically. It helps you see those little moments of joy and beauty, but it also allows new insights, new wisdom to come in. And those help give you clues to your life's purpose. So what's the next thing? What's the next step you can take towards your life purpose? Because if we're always distracted, we're always keeping our mind busy, we're not going to get that intuition coming into us as easily, if at all. So build in more of that time for sure. What other clarity can I provide Group 1 on what to plant more of in 2025? This is a beautiful deck that I am borrowing from a lovely friend. It's one of the Moonology Oracle decks, if you're familiar. It's really, really nice. It's the Manifestation Moonology deck. Let's see what we have. We have first quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. I'm just going to take a second to tune into this card while I drink some water. So what I get with this card is, being the first quarter moon in Libra, it's a time of starting to plant those seeds towards what we're trying to manifest, the dream life that we're trying to bring to fruition. It's a time of planting those seeds, of starting to take action, building momentum, but doing so in a balanced way, and in a way that nurtures your heart, in a way that nurtures yourself, so that you don't get burnt out, so that you don't start to feel any sort of resentment or emotions like that. Keeping the journey heartfelt, authentic, and inspiring. So if you start to feel your heart closing off in the process of whatever you're pursuing in 2025, whatever your big goals, dreams, visions are for your life that you're pursuing in 2025, if you start to feel your heart close off in the sense that that passion starts to fade a little bit, you start to feel maybe frustrated that things aren't turning out the way you want, or moving at the speed that you want to, that is a really good reminder to go back here, kind of like backtrack a little bit here, and to pause again. So what are those feelings trying to tell you about this process? How can we pivot a little bit? How can we shift that energy? It's really important to find balance between the striving and the resting. That's what makes it a sustainable process in pursuing any goal, because both are a form of productivity. We need the rest to balance out the hard work. And doing this will really help keep your heart in a healthy place, keep your heart in it, keep your heart excited and involved in what you're doing. So any final messages for Group 1 on what to plant more of in 2025? Just want to give a little shout out as well. These cards are the newest addition to my collection. They are the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck by Taylor Eaton. She is another card reader on YouTube that I admire. I've watched many of her videos. So we have the Rooted card. So yes, that makes perfect sense for this. Now these cards I'm fairly new to, so I haven't worked with them extensively, but I always just go with my intuition with what I get with the cards. I often don't reference the guidebook unless I feel called to. So with this card, I'm definitely getting the sense that staying grounded through this year. So whenever you start to feel that sense of your heart's not in it, take that moment to pause and then to ground. So that may be by getting in nature. I think that's always kind of the ideal way to ground. But if you're not feeling it or it's not accessible to you, other things you can do, honestly, just pausing and taking some deep breaths. You can do a visualization with your eyes closed. Get yourself into more of a relaxed headspace and imagine roots kind of growing down from your body into the earth. So that you feel you tethered and safe with Mother Earth. That can be really helpful. Having a bath or a shower, because water is very grounding, making sure that you're drinking enough water, pausing and having warm, nourishing food is very rooting. Just tending to our human selves and taking a break from pushing taking a break from the kind of stereotypical productivity. So that's what I recommend there. So that's what we have for the first category, being what to plant more of in 2025 for group 1. Now I'm going to clear this space and we are going to get into the second card. So what to prune in 2025. We had 24 Iris, Inner Wisdom and Truth, and Exploring Divination. So let's check out the guidebook. I won't read the whole description, but I will read the magical properties and the affirmation for you. So Iris can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of coming into alignment with your inner truth to more effortlessly receive divine messages and support divination and dream work. And your affirmation is, my inner truth and wisdom reveals itself to me easily and effortlessly. I get the sense that there may be ways currently or in the past that you have blocked this inner wisdom from coming through in some way, and that may be something to just be aware of in 2025, and to even just saying this affirmation makes this inner wisdom and truth coming to you, just speaking aloud that it comes to you easily and effortlessly will make a huge difference in allowing that to be true for you. What does group 1 need to know about what to prune, release, or refine in 2025? If you have Oracle card decks, I would love to know in the comments how you shuffle your cards. I find it so fascinating to see everyone's kind of different techniques. If you're not familiar with shuffling Oracle cards and you think, oh, I don't know how, I want you to know that there is no right or wrong way to do it. So it's whatever feels intuitively right. You can throw them down on the floor and pick one out. You can fan them out and pick one. There's so many ways you can do it, but it's totally personal to you. But I would love to hear in the comments how you shuffle and select your Oracle cards. Okay, major grounding theme. So we have number 27, grounding, here and now. Okay. So I think I'm repeating myself a little bit here, but in terms of this card going with the message of allowing that inner wisdom and truth to come out, which again ties in with the first card of when you allow yourself those pauses in the day to give space for those insights to come in, grounding is going to be key as well. Get into nature as much as you can this week in an undistracted way. Going with a friend and having a conversation is really, really nice. Maybe build in some solo time as well, going for walks in nature or just sitting in the park, things like that. And don't add the expectation that anything major is going to come through. Just be open to what will happen. Be open to just enjoying the peace and the quiet. But you might receive some downloads, some insights and wisdom to help you on your path when you do create that time. And the more you do it, so the more regularly through the week that you have that time in nature, that grounding time, the more easily and effortlessly those insights and inner truths are going to be revealed to you by your higher self and your spirit team. Other guidance, and I offer group 1 on what to prune, release, or refine in 2025. Now we have another first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. So it's interesting how I had the thought to mention how there's no right or wrong way to shuffle Oracle cards. So I'm getting the sense that you may be stopped by insecurities around thinking that you're doing something wrong, you're approaching something the wrong way, you're not as experienced or knowledgeable as you would like to be. But I want to remind you that we're all just figuring it out. No one really knows what they're doing. It's just practice and becoming more confident in yourself. So literally push through any insecurity. So when you feel that come up, just acknowledge it. Don't make yourself wrong for feeling that. Send some loving, compassionate energy to that feeling of insecurity and just allow it to kind of wash over you. So try not to cling on to it. Know that every human is struggling with the same thing, and that you have unique gifts to provide to the world, and you are just finding your groove in how you express that, how you share it, and your unique way of doing so. So just be gentle and compassionate with yourself around that. And one final message for group 1 on what to prune, release, or refine in 2025. We have the Rogue. Okay. This is one of the archetype cards from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. And I'm going to go on my intuition, but then I'm going to also reference the guidebook just in case there's anything I'm missing with the kind of theme of this card that will be helpful for you. So what I'm getting, going back to finding your own unique way to express your inner wisdom and truth, your own unique way of being of service in the world and executing your purpose. How can you do that in your own unique, authentic way, like as much as possible? Because that is the version of it that the world needs. It doesn't need a version of that is copying others, that is feeding into those insecurities. So how can you motivate yourself to show up in the most authentic and unique way that is true to you, true to the gifts that you have to provide the world? Now we will just check what the guidebook says. So it says, playful abundance, truths revealed. The rogue is a misunderstood character. She moves in the shadows, playing jokes that often cause havoc and mayhem. But her intent is never to cause harm, only to quickly direct attention to where it's most needed. She knows that sometimes the fastest way to create change is by creating disruption that causes us to switch out of autopilot and reevaluate. Unexpected expenses, sudden losses, and ironic occurrences are all part of the rogue's way of revealing deeper truths that often go unnoticed. Wherever discontent or lack lurks, you will find the rogue. She works stealthily as she tosses obstacles your way, hoping to disrupt and redirect you to a more pleasing path of prosperity. The rogue is relentless in her work and stubbornly sticks around, causing turmoil, sometimes external, sometimes internal, sometimes both, until she gets your attention. She may be asking you to approach a money-making venture more playfully, or perhaps she's trying to help you understand that abundance isn't something to be sought, but something that merely needs to be uncovered within yourself. Look for the greater truth beneath the madness, the lack, or the frustration. By doing this, you'll find the key that unlocks your next level of abundance, and the rogue will ease up on her antics. So what stands out to me for this card is the creating disruption that causes us to switch out of autopilot and reevaluate. So, and asking you to approach things with maybe a new perspective, more playfully. So how can you remove the heaviness from negative emotions that come up for you in 2025 and dig deeper into what those are representing for you, what they're trying to tell you, and how they may be giving you a gentle or not so gentle nudge in the direction that's meant for you. And again, that being the most unique, authentic version of yourself, your most unique and authentic self-expression. What you bring to the world needs the version of that is the most infused with your authentic soul essence. No pressure. But again, 2025 is just 1 year on the journey. So we tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves to figure things out. So by the end of 2025, we're going to be a totally different person in a totally different place. But it's really, the journey's not quite like that. And it's so important to be gentle with ourselves. And every year we make a little bit more progress. And then in 5 years' time, we look back and think, wow, it's crazy how much has changed. And even in 1 year, we can experience that as well. Not every year is going to be full of profound change, though. So I think this year for you is going to be a huge theme of tapping into that inner wisdom and truth and having an open heart to seeing where that's taking you. So as a refresher for this card, we got number 9, geranium, trust, warning, envy, heat, intuition, and confidence. Geraniums can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of cleansing your aura or releasing feelings of envy, or place in a vase in your bathroom to enhance confidence while getting ready for the day. And your affirmation is, I am confident in myself and my instincts, and I follow them fiercely. So I think building up confidence around those insights from your higher self that come up this year is going to be key. And that's something that by the end of 2025, you're going to be feeling a lot more secure and confident in, trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition and where they're leading you. And let's see what else we can get for what in your life is going to be blooming in 2025. So what is going to be blooming in 2025 for group number 1? We have number 12, healing, restoring back to health. The message I'm getting with this card is that when we hear the word healing, we tend to think about healing on a physical level, maybe on an emotional level or mental health level. But what I'm getting is healing of the soul for you in 2025. Healing the divide between your outer self, what you portray to the world, and your inner self, that most authentic, unique version of yourself that maybe you have been hiding, which goes back to this card about inner wisdom and truth. So being something that we want to prune in 2025, you might look at the opposite of that card, which is holding back that inner wisdom and truth. So I see you this year through the guidance that I've provided in this reading and just listening to your own intuition in 2025, I see you really healing and coming to a balance of those versions of yourself, bringing the truest, most authentic version of yourself to the forefront and sharing that soul essence with the world in a way that feels good to you. And through practicing that, building that confidence in who you are and not having to question or doubt who that is, who you are to yourself, having to put on different masks, having to overthink how you're portraying yourself, what you're saying. It will just be more of a seamless process. It will just be naturally more authentic for you. Let's see what else we can get. What other guidance can I offer group 1 on what is blooming for them in 2025? We have full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. So I see, again, with this being what's blooming for you in 2025, I see you making major progress in this area. Emotions around insecurity, lack, not being enough, not being able to express your authentic self. I see that coming full circle in 2025, a resolution coming to that for you, and just ending the year in a more emotionally balanced state and working through those fears through the year so that by the end, you feel more confident in who you truly are at your soul essence level. And let's get one final message for group 1 for what is blooming for them in 2025. We have the Rooted card again. So we got the Rooted card twice and we got Grounding as well. So I think this is going to be a major key for you in this evolution through 2025. So look to grounding, look to rooting yourself, look to taking those moments to allow yourself to daydream, to just hang out with your higher self and see what they have to say without distractions. And that's going to help you so much on this journey of healing, this transformation journey. We have this butterfly here. Yeah, you're going to just be be blooming in this realm of inner self-confidence and inner alignment with your deepest truths, the wisdom that you have to share with the world, and how you express that in your own unique and most authentic way. So before we go, I do want to touch on the fact that with this painting, it was the first one that I started creating. It came to me very easily and effortlessly, and I love the bright kind of juicy colors. Oh, that's kind of similar to the butterfly, actually. And this card really gives me creative energy. I see a lot of this being related to your creativity, to your creative pursuits. This isn't necessarily something artistic in nature. Creativity can be in the form of so many different things. Creativity can be in how we express ourselves, how we go about fulfilling our life's purpose, and how we show up for others. And speaking of all this inner truth and wisdom and expressing ourselves authentically, this makes so much sense for you. Yellow represents your solar plexus chakra, which is about your confidence, your determination, your inner strength, your willpower. And then we have this pink, which can represent the heart chakra in terms of what we give to ourselves. So taking that time for ourselves in our day to get the insights that we need to evolve and progress through the year. But then it also has that closeness with red, which is related to the root chakra and the grounding element. So I just wanted to touch quickly on your little mini painting here and how it connects to all the messages that came out. So thank you so much for listening, for watching. I would love if you liked this video, subscribe, share it if there's someone that you think would benefit. If these messages resonated with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. And if you want a more personalized reading for 2025, I am offering those until January 31st or it's sold out. Check the link in the description if you want more information on that. And I hope you have a beautiful 2025. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your reading for what is blooming for you in 2025. So we're going to start by flipping over your 3 cards. So your first card represents what to plant more of in 2025. My camera is not very good at zooming in, focusing on things, so I apologize for that. For this card, we have number 30, Wisteria, Grace, Passage of Time, Grief, and Self-Compassion. And then for what to prune, aka release or refine in 2025, we have number 11, Forget-Me-Not, Nostalgia, Memories, Loved Ones in Spirit. Fun fact, Forget-Me-Not is my favorite flower. And then for what is blooming for you in 2025, I love this card. It goes so well with the colors in your artwork. We have the Rose, Passion, Romance, Love, Divine Feminine, and Goddess Energy. This is a really great little garden that you're planting in 2025. So for what to plant more of, again, we have Wisteria, Grace, Passage of Time, Grief, and Self-Compassion. So there are opportunities coming up for you and where you can be gentler on yourself, where you can have more self-compassion and just appreciate where you are and to not worry about where you've been, where you're going. Focus on the present moment and how far you've come and celebrate that. And we'll get into some more guidance and clarity on this as well. And then for what to prune, release, or refine in 2025, this can also be something that you may find helpful to leave in 2024. So this may be something that you're already aware of and have been working on, consciously leaving in 2024 as we progress further into 2025. Nostalgia, Memories, Loved Ones in Spirit. So what I get with this card in terms of releasing is maybe you're clinging on to memories that are no longer serving you. This ties in really well with the theme of this card, of the passage of time. So instead of clinging to memories and to the past or worrying about the future, getting into the present moment and celebrating where you are and how far you've come. And nostalgia and memories can be a beautiful thing, but when they are keeping us in stuck patterns, beliefs, or feelings of negativity, it can be something to look at and practice releasing and letting go. It doesn't necessarily mean putting those memories or feelings of nostalgia in a box and never opening them again, but it is taking a step back from them and getting some kind of emotional space from them so that we can look at them later on fondly and not from a place of lack or fear or anything like that. And then for what is blooming for you in 2025, passion, romance, love, divine feminine, and goddess energy. I think that nurturing these two things will help you shift into that space of more unconditional love for yourself, for others, just vibrating at that level of love. Showing yourself more grace and self-compassion gets you into more of that divine feminine energy of nurturing, self-nurturing, taking care of yourself, feeling more passionate and rejuvenated in life, and confident in yourself and who you are, regardless of what's transpired in your past and what is coming up in your future. Just really celebrating yourself in the here and now. So now I'm going to focus on one of these cards at a time, and we're going to pull some more cards for further clarity and guidance. So beginning with what to plant more of, let's see what the cards have to say. What other guidance can I offer Group 2 for what to plant more of in 2025? So we have determination, intention to achieve. We have this lioness here sort of hugging the woman. And I feel like this ties in really well with that theme of self-compassion, nurturing yourself, your inner thoughts, emotions, honoring those emotions and where you're at, and having the determination and the intention to work through them to get to the other side of them so that you can be even stronger for it. The lion energy represents strength and confidence. So that will be an important area for you. What else can I share with Group 2 about this message of what to plant more of in 2025? We have full moon in Libra, find a balance. The message that I'm getting with this card is in relation to reflecting on the past, maybe dwelling on the past, finding balance in not looking at certain memories and seeing them as all good or all bad, but finding a balance in how you look at those experiences and how you choose to bring them into the present and into the future. So how can you shift your mindset and your beliefs around anything from the past that maybe you are carrying forward with you in a negative sense? How can you shift that belief around it and choose to see it in a more balanced perspective? Maybe there's a certain memory you can think back to in your childhood that brings up a lot of negative thoughts and beliefs and emotions. Maybe try looking at that from a new perspective and asking yourself, was that memory all bad, or were there elements of it that, what was the silver lining in that memory? How did it make me stronger? How did it serve me in some way? Or, what did it teach me? How did it contribute to my soul evolution in this life? And, maybe it showed you what you need in a relationship. Maybe you have a relationship that was quite negative, or you didn't feel nurtured and you didn't feel supported. So how can you shift your mindset around that experience to one of gratitude and positivity, in the sense of, wow, that really showed me that I'm worth so much more? And I'm not speaking here about toxic positivity. I think there is a time and a place for seeing the silver linings. And of course, we have to honor our emotions around something that was challenging. However, sitting in that for a prolonged period only harms ourselves. So how can you nurture those past things from your past that bring up that feeling of negativity, and shift that in your mind and your heart to something that you can look back on and be grateful for, because it's gotten you to where you are today? I'm going to get one final message for Group 2 for what they need to know in terms of what to plant more of in 2025. we have Soul Wealth. A really beautiful card. This is my newest deck that I've added to my collection. It's called the Wealthy Woman Oracle by Taylor Eaton. She's another reader on YouTube that I really enjoy watching her videos. The message I'm getting with this card is that there's an abundance of wealth within you, that some of these negative emotions and any kind of dwelling or anything like that has been it's been overshadowing that inner abundance and blocking it from being acknowledged. If you do a little bit of work in shifting how you choose to look at those things, I see you uncovering those gems within you of that inner abundance that is always within you. So an abundance of positive emotions, an abundance of love to give to yourself and to others, an abundant ability to see the joy and the beauty in all things, even things that are challenging. And that at that point, that will just become easier and easier for you to shift into that space. And because these cards are new to me, I am going to reference the guidebook as well for this card, just in case there's a particular message that you're meant to hear. So this card says, embrace your soul's innate wealth. The desire for more wealth is strong. It radiates from you. At its core, this desire is pure and productive. From this desire to expand, you are guided to new levels of wealth. But there is a thin veil that separates desire from desperation. From desperation, you are bound in place. For when you identify with lack, you are keeping yourself from the wealth that is available to you. You are being called to return to the wealth that is carried within your soul. Stop looking to external measurements to inform you of your value. You are so much more than whatever money you do or do not possess. You have so much more value than could ever be reflected in the physical world. Begin to remember the wealth of your soul. Embrace your innate value. Reacquaint yourself with the immense value that you carry just by being you. From this place, pure desire can emerge and lead you to the wealth that is always available to you. So another message that I'm getting with this card is that some of these things that have been carried forward from the past, those nostalgic memories or negative memories, anything like that, may have become, in your mind, a part of your identity, when in reality, they're really not. It's been a part of your journey. It has influenced who you are today and how strong you are and how you've gotten to where you are. But those events and your past do not ascribe, is that a word? Ascribe a value to you. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Assign a value to you. You are so much more than your past, your memories, your experiences, your relationships. Your higher self knows this. Our human selves can get caught up in that feeling of lack, that feeling of not enoughness, that feeling of I haven't accomplished enough, I'm not where I want to be. And so what we need to nurture those feelings and honor those. We need to honor those feelings, and then to nurture them, give ourselves more grace and self-compassion, and to allow those emotions to flow through us without attaching to them as much as possible, so that we can come out the other side and sort of remove that veil between who we are, what our soul essence is, and separate that from our experiences. And at the root of that, we're going to have so much more love to give, so much more passion to infuse into our lives. So that's what I have for the first card. So I'm going to clear this space now, and then we're going to get into card number 2. So I completely forgot for the first card, check in with my guidebook for you on the magical properties and the affirmation. I won't read the full card description, but I do want to give you a sense of what those features are like in the book. So Wisteria can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of soothing grief and stress, for emotional healing, to enhance wisdom, or to offer as a gift to those planning a wedding for a long and happy marriage. The affirmation for Wisteria is, I give myself unconditional grace and compassion for where I am and how I got here. And then I also want to read Forget-Me-Not. Forget-Me-Nots can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of promoting clarity and memory, enhancing success, or to connect with your loved ones in spirit. The affirmation is, my loved ones are with me and watching over me always. So Forget-Me-Not is a good reminder that in all of our struggles and challenges, to remember that we're not alone, to remember that we are supported by something larger than ourselves, whether for you this be the universe, God, your spirit team, your higher self, whatever resonates with you and aligns with your beliefs. But every challenge that we're given in life is only given to us because we can handle it, because it's divinely designed for us, for our evolution. It may have to do with soul contracts, things like that from past lives that we are in this life designed to work through further so that we can further progress and evolve as a soul. So what clarity or guidance can I give to group 2 for what to prune, release, or refine in 2025? Your candle is going crazy. It's a candle with coffee beans in it, and the candle's basically gone. So I think it's basically just burning coffee beans at this point, but that's okay. I'm actually going to pull all 3 cards at once and then flip them over. What other guidance can I offer? Group number 2, what to prune in 2025. We have number 9, surrender, letting go, and releasing. Yes. Surrendering to your emotions, to past hurts, grudges, anything like that. It doesn't mean, or forgiveness as well, forgiving things from your past, forgiving yourself. It doesn't mean that you're saying that those things were okay. It means that you're saying you are worth more than holding on to that negative energy. Your spirit, your soul wants to be light and free. And hanging on to anything from the past that's no longer serving you only harms yourself. It doesn't teach anyone else involved that they were wrong. It doesn't help them grow. It doesn't help them evolve. It really only hinders yourself. So honoring what comes up for you and then releasing it with self-compassion and patience and grace for yourself is crucial for keeping your vibration light, keeping your soul light, and allowing you to move through life in a more positive and balanced way. And then we have full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. So if you aren't where you want to be right now, maybe you have a story in your mind about you've been wronged in some way, or you've been thrown challenges in your life that have affected where you've gotten to and how that doesn't align with where you always saw yourself. This card is here to remind you that you do have control over your circumstances, over your destiny. I know that it can feel at times like we are victim to whatever the universe throws at us. But if you make the choice to take inspired action, then the universe will begin to reciprocate that energy that you put out. So we are always being mirrors for what we want more of. So unknowingly, if we're sitting in that negative space, if we're saying to ourselves, I don't have enough, I'm not valuable, things like that, then the universe is going to say, okay, then that's what you're going to get more of. And it's not a punishment thing. It's just that law of attraction, right? We're sort of like magnets where if we are trying desperately to achieve something, then we are actually going to repel it. Whereas if we set our sights on something and we have a goal that we're really excited and really passionate about, but then we release our attachment to achieving it, and we start doing the work, but we release attachment and expectation and do it from a heartfelt place of passion and true joy and desire, then we're going to attract that to us much more than being in a place of victim mentality or lack or anything like that. And your coffee beans are actually pretty much burning at this point. So I actually had to remove your candle and replace it because the coffee beans burnt and it got really hot. I'm going to leave this unlit because the smell is quite strong in here already and I don't want to make it overpowering. Okay. And then we have the goddess. Okay. And then we have this over here, the goddess energy. So that way of attracting our desires to us that I was just describing, of being in that place of divine feminine energy, where instead of chasing, we're receiving, we're allowing things to unfold in divine time without clinging or feeling a sense of neediness or anything like that, or any kind of like urgency around what we're trying to achieve. That is embracing your inner goddess, allowing things to come to you because you are worthy and deserving of them. But to attract those things, we have to shift into that higher vibration of love and of gratitude. So that's going to be key for you this year in working towards your goals, working towards your life purpose, and having a really amazing 2025. I'm also going to read the guidebook for this card because just having a quick look at it, I think there's some things in here that may be really helpful and that you're meant to hear. Joy of receiving, pleasure of giving. The goddess loves being showered with gifts. She accepts abundance in all forms with joy, basking in the deliciousness of whatever bounty is presented to her. She feels no guilt in receiving, not because she is selfish or uncaring. In fact, she's far from those things. She understands that when she accepts abundance without question, the joy she feels is echoed in the pleasure of the person who gave to her. This is the true beauty of receiving wealth and the wisdom that the goddess imparts. Be sure to receive abundance gracefully and readily. Turning down prosperity that is offered to you by others or feeling guilty for what you receive not only hurts you, but it robs others of the joy of giving. This card asks you to remember that just as you delight in giving to others, others delight in giving to you. Revel in the joy of receiving abundance from others and allow them the pleasure of giving to you. So if there's been people in your past who have not supported you, if you felt like you had to kind of go it alone, be independent and support yourself, now is a time to shift into that balance. Again, we had that Libra card about finding balance. This also speaks to that balance of giving and receiving, which is key in keeping abundance flowing to us. We can't always be giving out and we can't always be receiving. We have to be giving and receiving in balance. So it doesn't mean it has to be perfectly 50-50. It would be very difficult to measure that anyways, but we want to keep that energy flowing. We want to receive with gratitude and with joy, and we want to give when it feels good. Out of a genuine desire to do so and not with any kind of ulterior motive or feeling like you have to, feeling like you're checking off a box saying, okay, I did my part and I gave. Look for those opportunities where a little thought sparks in your mind. Well, maybe I could help this person out. Maybe I could spend a little more time on this. Maybe I could put a little more of my energy into this for someone. Because it doesn't always have to be in terms of money as well. It can be in our energy, in our time, and in our words, how we are around people. So how can you be more generous to others and more generous to yourself as well to keep that abundance flowing through the universe? And I want to mention as well that when it comes to your relationships and when it comes to your goals, surrendering to any attachment, surrendering to outcomes and to expectations that you have on others or situations for how they're going to turn out. So make sure that you're taking action from a place, from a heartfelt place that feels good and because you genuinely want to, when it feels right for you, and not as a means to try to restore the balance, if that makes sense. So I don't want to feel like I'm contradicting myself here, but restoring the flow of abundance to one that's more balanced in give and take isn't something that we need to keep a close eye on or keep track of. It's something that we feel out intuitively. So if you're feeling depleted energetically, that could be a sign for you that you've been overgiving or that you are in need of support. Whereas if you feel abundant, that's a good opportunity to share that abundance with others. So that's something that you can practice doing through 2025 to get you into that more positive, high vibration state to help you achieve your goals. And now I'm going to clear out these cards, and we are going to pull cards for the last category, which is what is blooming for you in 2025. So the rose represents passion, romance, love, divine feminine, and goddess energy. Roses can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of invoking goddesses Aphrodite or Inanna to promote love, self-love, romance, passion, beauty, or to tap into your divine feminine energy. The affirmation for this card is I lead with passion and I flow with life. So within that affirmation, something that I want to mention is with that surrendering and allowing things to unfold, that will help you move with the flow of life in a more organic way that will just feel a lot nicer, will keep you out of those negative thought patterns and things like that. So let's pull some more cards. What group 2 needs to know about what is blooming for them in 2025. We have number 30, love, life's purpose. Group number 1 got this card as well. So this isn't always the case, but it could be a sign that there's a message for you in pile 1 as well. But we'll see what else the cards have to say. Again, tapping into that divine feminine energy, that goddess energy, will help you to uncover what your purpose is. If you already have a good sense of what your purpose is, it will help you along that journey of progressing within your purpose and sharing that with the world. And this card really represents loving and embracing yourself and being your most confident self, celebrating what makes you beautiful, even if, or especially if, that's different from others, because that is completely unique to you. We are all completely different, which is what makes humans beautiful. Let's see what else the cards have for you. What is blooming for you in 2025? First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. So I also want to mention that going through that process of separating yourself from your past experiences, challenges, hurts, and things like that, and memories and all of that, separating yourself will help you get to the core essence of who you are, so that you have the opportunity to fall in love again with who that person is, to become reacquainted. And it's important in that process to honor your feelings and then to plant the seeds for what you want your life to be like going forward. So we want to acknowledge what's happened in our past, celebrate the wins, grieve the losses, and acknowledge all the emotions that have come from that. And then we want to think, how has this strengthened me? How has it gotten me to where I am today? How can I celebrate that? And now, what do I want to plant going forward? What do I want things to look like for me going forward? What do I want my relationships to look like? How do I want to shift those energies around me to, like, what's my dream life? What are my dream relationships like? How do I want to feel about myself? Ask yourself questions like this and start to plant those seeds. And it all starts from honoring where you are and where you've been first. What final message can I offer group number 2 on what's blooming for them in 2025? Cosmic celebration. Yes, so again, that word celebrate, it's come up a few times. And again, how we choose to see the past and how it's influenced us, it is a choice. So how can we look back and celebrate how things have unfolded? What's the silver lining in our past experiences that have gotten us to where we are today? And how can we love ourselves even more for those experiences, because they've shaped us in such a unique way, in a beautiful way. And I'm just going to check the guidebook on this card see if there's any other message for you. Receive abundance with joy, amplify wealth. The universe is on your side, always conspiring to bring you the prosperity that you desire. For even the smallest amount of abundance to come your way, the universe must shift events and carve out a path for prosperity to travel to you. Receiving any sort of prosperity means that the universe has been conspiring on your behalf. So every time you receive any sort of abundance, big or small, it is a cause for celebration. When you celebrate your good fortune, you acknowledge the work the universe put in to bring this abundance to you. And it encourages the universe to bring you more of the same. Celebrate all the wealth you receive, even if you don't think it's life-changing or glamorous. If money can flow to you once, it can flow to you again and again and again. Make a point of acknowledging the miracle of receiving money and truly celebrate the flow of abundance to the fullest. Revel in how amazing it is to have it flow your way. Celebrate with true excitement, knowing that the more you delight in money coming in, the more will follow. So I know that these cards, they're focused on financial wealth. However, it does speak to other forms of abundance as well. Money is just one form of energy that we keep flowing in our lives. And our outlook on money, our belief systems, our energy around money, and how we give and receive it all influences how that energy flows. But the same goes for our relationships and other areas of our life as well. So abundance can come to you in so many different forms. If speaking of financial abundance resonates with you, then that message is for you. But it's also an important reminder to celebrate your wins in general, celebrate all of the abundance in your life, and even celebrating the abundance of challenges that you've had, because that really just speaks to your strength as a soul and what you can handle. And the universe or God or whatever you believe in, they were aware of that, and that is why they gave you those challenges. So I hope that this was helpful in providing guidance on what's coming up for you in 2025, what's blooming for you in 2025. By the end of the year, I really see you shifting into a more high vibrational state, being someone that's naturally attracting much more abundance to you more effortlessly, standing more confidently in your power. And I also want to quickly talk about your mini painting that I did and how it relates to the messages that came through today. So I didn't know what cards were going to come out, but I always love at the end when everything just ties in so well together. So the red in the painting makes me think of the root chakra, which relates to our sense of security, stability, our groundedness, and how living in the past or fearing the future can keep us out of that place. And I think that's going to be a really important element for you, at least in the first part of the year, is getting to that place of being more rooted through honoring your emotions and celebrating how far you've come, what you've gotten through, how that's changed you. And then with the black, it really makes me think of the integration of light and shadow. So becoming acquainted with our shadow selves, the things that have challenged us in our lives and brought out the kind of like darker elements of our personalities and souls, integrating that with the light, and then getting to this place of just loving the whole self and becoming acquainted with yourself fully. And I hope that this reading has been helpful. If it resonated with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I would also appreciate if you like this video, subscribe, and if there's someone you think would benefit from this reading, if you could pass it along. And as a reminder, if you're looking for a deeper, more personalized reading for 2025, I am offering those until the end of January or until sold out. The link for that is in the video description if you want to check that out. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an amazing 2025. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading where we are going to dive into what's in store for you in 2025 and what will be blooming for you this year. So we're going to start by flipping over your Blooming Spirit Oracle cards. So this card is in the position of what to plant more of in 2025. So we have number 21, Hyacinth, Inner Peace, Comparison, Goals, Wishes, and Charm. For what to prune, release, or refine, we have number 28, Sunflower, Blessings, Happiness, Optimism, Praise, and Vitality. And for what is blooming, we have number 6, carnation, gratitude, small moments, joy, beauty, perspective. So I believe group number 1 also had this card. If you feel so inclined to watch that reading as well, feel free. It may be a sign that there's a message for you in that as well. So what I'm going to do is focus on one category at a time, and we're going to pull additional cards for more insights, clarity, and guidance. I'm going to look at the guidebook for my cards just to show you the magical properties for these flowers and the affirmations. So hyacinth can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of bringing wishes to fruition, relieving bad dreams, and bringing peace of mind, or carry in your pocket to help soothe grief. The affirmation is, I am on my own unique journey of receiving what is meant for me. So this year, I see it being a priority for you to nurture that feeling of inner peace, to find more opportunities for peace in your life, ways that you can build more of that in, to really take some time within that space of peace to think about what it is that you want to achieve this year. What are your deepest wishes and goals, and how can you use your unique skill set to accomplish those? But let's pull some more cards. What else does group 1 need to know? Sorry, group 3 need to know about what to plant more of in 2025. We have number 24, joy and pure happiness. That sounds like a beautiful thing to plant more of in your year. And then we have first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. I love that one. And then we have the champion. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is a very powerful reading, I feel, and with this art, it's like an ocean wave, which the ocean holds so much power, yet at the same time, it gives us that feeling of peace. We can look at it and think, wow, that is so beautiful. It's bringing me so much peace. It's making me feel calm and relaxed. But at the same time, if we were floating deep in the ocean, we may feel fearful we feel fearful if we were actually in that situation. But the feeling that that ocean is giving us is one of, it holds so much power, and we are at the mercy of its currents. So I really see you this year stepping into more of that bold, fierce inner self that wants to come out. And I see you doing so in a joyful way. So stepping into your power doesn't have to be something that's harsh, aggressive, fierce, heavy. It can be something that's light and joyful and freeing and happy. And I see you finding that approach this year. I see it being something that comes fairly easy to you, just with the essence of who you are. And then the first quarter moon in Aries, I see you planting seeds this year, taking action towards your goals, and accomplishing that by taking steps to step into your power, building up that confidence, and doing so with your own unique flair, your own flavor, and just really letting yourself shine. And then at the end of the year, I see you just being this champion over your goals and your wishes, really conquering what you set out to accomplish at the beginning of the year. We have the eagle here, which can symbolize spirit watching over us, our guides, making sure that we are on the right path, supporting us along the way, providing us with the tools that we need to fulfill our purpose. And I see you really like climbing mountains this year, but in a way that feels so joyful and fulfilling, and not like you're trudging through challenges, but in a way that really fills you up and makes you feel lighter. And I do want to touch on as well that the Hyacinth card mentions comparison, and this can represent finding inner peace around where you are on your journey and not comparing yourself to others. And stepping into your power means stepping into your unique power, not the power of someone else. So just something to be mindful of this year, just making sure that you're coming from an authentic place, doing things that feel aligned with your soul and not because you're watching what other people are doing and emulating that. We can take inspiration from other people and think, wow, that's awesome that they're doing that way. That really aligns with me, so I want to embody that as well. That's different than saying, well, I should do it this way, or I have to do it this way, or I'm not good enough compared to other people. So I think you can probably tell the difference there. I also see you this year operating from more from that place of joy and happiness. And I just quickly referenced the guidebook for this card, and it talks about abundance for the highest good. So becoming a better steward for the abundance that comes to you and nurturing that and giving in ways that bring you joy, that help the collective. That's something that I see you working on in 2025 as well. And now I'm going to clear out these cards and we're going to move on to your second category, which is what to prune, release, or refine. So with the Sunflower card, the keywords are blessings, happiness, optimism, praise, and vitality. So it's kind of an interesting card to have in this position in the spread in terms of what we need to release, refine, or prune away from the growing flowers. So what we can do in that case is look at what its opposite is. So maybe if you find yourself feeling pessimistic, if you find yourself not acknowledging or expressing gratitude for the blessings that are coming your way, that could be something to look at in 2025, and just catch that when you start to feel that happening and just shift back into that space of gratitude and of positivity and happiness and joy. And really just sitting with all the abundance that you have and being grateful for that. I'm not talking about toxic positivity here or anything like that. Of course, it can't be joyful all the time, but we do have the choice when we aren't feeling joyful, when we're sitting in a negative space for whatever reason, we do have the choice to acknowledge what's coming up, to work through it, and then to shift into that higher vibration again. And sunflowers can be used in spells and rituals connected with the sun, fire, and strength. Plant them in your garden to bring good fortune. Pick one at sunset and wear it to bring good luck the next day. And the affirmation is, I am grateful, joyful, abundant, and proud. And for this one as well, it makes me think of the first quarter moon in Aries card that we just had, and going at your goals from a place of confidence and healthy detachment. So not being overly aggressive or attached to the outcome, but taking a nice balanced approach to it. And to try and keep ego from being involved and to just operate from that space of joy. Let's see what else the cards have to say. What other guidance can I offer Group 3 when it comes to what to release or refine in 2025? Okay, so we got the joy card again, pure happiness. Interesting. This is feeling like deja vu. New moon in Sagittarius. Focus on the positive. Okay, that's starting to make sense. And then we have the light weaver. Okay. So in 2025, if you catch yourself feeling victim to your emotions, your circumstances, or like negative feelings or negative circumstances, remember that you have the power to choose. Remember that you are the ocean, you are the universe, you are in control of your destiny, and you have the ability to shift the energy around you and within you at all times. Even minor adjustments that you make will make a huge difference in the long run in your energy. So if you're feeling yourself feeling negative, sitting in that negative space, something you can do is to pause and think of 5 things that you're grateful for. That already will shift your vibration so much into a more positive, abundant state, and you will start to attract more of that joy towards you, as opposed to allowing yourself to sit and stew in any negativity. So this year, really focus on the positive and focus on the positive in the situations, even the positivity in the negative emotions that come up, because every emotion that comes up to be healed, and it comes up to challenge us to grow in some way and helps us along our unique path in this life. So I am going to read the guidebook for this card because I do believe that there may be an important message in here. So it says, wealth multiplied, symbiotic growth. The Lightweaver has a unique gift. Whenever anyone else is around her, their wealth increases. And best of all, this gift costs her nothing. Her presence is her gift. The energy she radiates activates abundance in the people around her. She finds joy in spreading her abundant energy to others, helping them magnetize exponential abundance. And in return, she is rewarded with an increase in her own wealth. She knows that her path to abundance is one of assistance. By helping others to become more prosperous, prosperity finds its way to her. Sometimes from the people she helps directly, sometimes from others that are impacted indirectly by her gift. The Lightweaver asks you to look at what comes easily to you and offer it to others. Focus less on how you'll become prosperous and instead ask how you can help others become more prosperous. The more you help others find their abundance, the more your own abundance will flow to you. So the message that I'm getting here is that the sunflower representing blessings, happiness, optimism, praise, and vitality, and that bright, sunny, confident sunflower kind of like blowing in the breeze, you have the opportunity and the choice to switch into that essence at any time. So just those little subtle things that you can do to shift your energy into this way of being like the sunflower, will help you to attract more of that positive energy to you. It will help you lift up those around you, which of course is not your responsibility. However, it does help us all evolve together and spread more light in the world. And you really have this opportunity when you do shift into this way of being to be the Lightweaver, to everywhere you go, leave a trail of light through the world that leaves it better than you found it. So that's what I have for the second card. So I'm going to clear this space, and then we're going to tap into the third category, which is what is blooming for you in 2025. So for group 3, what is blooming for you in 2025? You got the Carnation card, and the Carnation represents gratitude, small moments, joy, beauty, and perspective. And we got that theme of joy again as well. So I really see you tapping into that essence of joy, that feeling of joy this year, and that really helping you on your path, helping others around you as well, and just bringing lots of abundance to you. So carnations can be used in spells and rituals for love and devotion, physical healing during illness, or healing the mother wound and the heart. And the affirmation is, my life is abundant with beauty and joy. So let's see what else the cards have to say about what is blooming for you in 2025. What is blooming for group number 3 in 2025? What other guidance is there? Okay, we have boundaries, dividing line. So something that I'm getting right away with this card, with that theme of getting more into that joyous space, that the joy of giving abundantly to others and how that helps bring more abundance to you. I do think it's important to keep boundaries in mind. So to be mindful of your energy, to give in a way where your energy is intact. So not to overgive, to drain yourself for the purpose of giving joy to others, because it's really not going to work that way. If we're giving from an empty cup, then it's not going to be received in a way that feels good and authentic for the other person, and that will bring more abundance to you. That will actually draw towards you more energetically draining opportunities in the future. So it's important to remember that to protect your peace, to protect your boundaries, your energy, and that ultimately will keep you in that feeling of joy. And that will also show others how they can better take care of themselves and protect their energy and their joy. So something to keep in mind as we progress in the year. What other guidance can I offer Group 3 for what is blooming for them in 2025? What do they need to know about this blessing that's coming their way? So this card just fell out. So we have full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. So I think around what I was just saying about being mindful of your energy, making sure that your cup is still full when you are giving to others, I think that you may need to just check in with yourself on where you're at with this, check in with your energy. Are you already feeling drained at the start of 2025? What didn't work for you in 2024 around the giving and receiving and how you show up for others that you want to adjust in 2025 so that you are better taken care of as well? And what is one final message I can offer Group 3 about what is blooming for them in 2025? We have the Rogue, and I think it was Group 1 that received this card as well. So I do believe that these two cards came up in pile 1. So if you are feeling called to check out that reading as well, feel free to do so and see if there's a message for you in there. So this card represents kind of unexpected challenges or disruption that can make us reevaluate our path. So I think what is blooming for you this year is working through these things so that by the end of the year, you will have more self-assurance, more inner strength, and more confidence in where your boundaries lie. What is this dividing line between you and others, giving and receiving, working and resting, because it can be boundaries even with how you approach your goals as well. And that was a big theme in pile number 1, about finding a balance between that divine feminine and divine masculine energy in approaching our goals. So I do think that the messages in pile 1 may resonate with you as well. But there may be times that come up in the year where you're just feeling drained, and it makes you ask yourself, okay, what isn't working here? So again, that reality check, that kind of disruption in your flow, unexpected things, because those come up to teach us that we can adjust and we can pivot a little bit to make our path more enjoyable, more full of joy and gratitude and beauty. So I do see this blooming for you this year. I see this being something that maybe you've already been working on in 2024 or before that, and that this year I see you making major progress on, so that by the end of 2025, you just feel so much more joy and so much more confidence in yourself and energetic strength. So that's all I have for your reading today. And I do love the ways that it ends up connecting with your artwork, because I made this not knowing what messages would come up, and that theme of like that inner strength and finding that peace within yourself, but then also acknowledging your power and how you have the power to shift your own energy and the energy around you, kind of embodying that ocean. I love that that connects to your reading. And I hope that this reading was helpful. If it resonated with you, I would love to hear in the comments. I would so appreciate if you like this video and subscribe, and if you share it with anyone that you think would benefit from this reading. And as a reminder, if you're looking for a more personalized, in detail reading for what's coming up for you in 2025, I am offering those until the end of January or until sold out. So you can check the link in the description if you want to learn more about that. But I hope you have a really wonderful 2025. Step into your power. I can't wait to see where that takes you. Hello, group number 4. Last but not least, welcome to your reading for what is in store for 2025 and what will be blooming for you this year. We're going to start by flipping over your 3 Blooming Spirit Oracle cards to see what's in store. So for what to plant more of, we have number 25, Lilac, Attraction, Magnetism, Psychic Abilities, and Chakra Balancing. For what to prune, aka release or refine, we have number 19, Lily, Hope, Fertility, Family, Purification, and Disease. And for what is blooming for you, we have number 23, Petunia, Beauty, Carefree Joy, Social Life, and Domestic Bliss. So I love that we have the themes of purple in here, which goes so perfectly with the artwork that you chose. We have the purple sort of squiggles, and we have the kind of goldish yellow it's kind of smudges throughout here. So when I was painting this, it made me think of a snake, and that makes me think of my Spirit Animal Oracle deck and the snake, which I believe the phrase on the card is time for healing. So I do see that being a theme for you this year, sort of on a physical realm. However, I do want to mention that our energy and our emotions do tie in very closely with our physical health. So I do see that potentially being an area of focus for you this year and an area of transformation. But we will get into that in a second. For now, I am going to put these 2 cards up here, and we are going to focus on what to plant more of in 2025. So Lilac, again, is attraction, magnetism, psychic abilities, and chakra balancing. I do want to read the magical properties and the affirmation for each of these cards. So lilacs can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of balancing the chakras, to enhance psychic abilities, or to boost or call in new romantic love. And the affirmation is, my chakras are balanced, I am psychically aware, and I am a magnet for my desires. So one thing that's standing out to me with this card is the chakra balancing. And with that intuitive instinct that I'm feeling to talk about health on a physical and energetic level, I'm getting the sense that taking care of your chakras, your energy systems within your body, and the energy around you as well will be important this year to help you get to this card, which is what is blooming for you in 2025. Lilac also talks about how this chakra balancing and getting to a place of restoring our aura, keeping our aura clear and light, can help us to attract more of what we want towards us. So that will be an area of focus for you. And now let's pull a few more cards to get some more clarity and guidance on this for you. So what else does group need to know about what to plant more of in 2025? One jumped out. So we have number 1 in this deck, Sisterhood, Community, and Strong Connections. Finding healing in your community, turning to your community to help heal yourself and help heal as a group and as a collective. I see that being something that will be very beneficial for you this year. So how can you rely on others? How can you turn to others in your community to help you heal, help keep your energy light and balanced? If you don't feel you have that sense of community, what steps can you start taking now at the beginning of the year to build that community, to reflect on the type of community like that you dream of having and start to attract that towards you, tap into that lilac energy to draw that dream community towards you. Having a strong community is also so good for our mental health. So all in all, I think that's a really great thing to focus on this year. What other guidance can I offer group 4 about what to plant more of in 2025? More of this purple theme, I love it. First quarter moon in Libra, keep your heart open. And I think that it was group 2 that got this card as well. It starts to get a little bit all jumbled up together because I just kind of get into the flow with these. But what I'm getting with this is, again, with that the theme of the chakras, working with your energy systems and your aura, maybe a little bit of extra attention just needs to be spent on the heart chakra and keeping that open. And this will really help draw to you that community or deepen your bonds with your existing community as well, which will just help keep your health even stronger. And let's pull one more card for this category. Final message for group 4 on what to plant more of in 2025. We have rooted. Okay. Now, again, I can't remember if it was group 1 or group 2 that already got this card. Doesn't matter. If there's another pile that you felt drawn to potentially getting a message from, I recommend checking it out. Sometimes more than one pile has a message for us, and that's why some piles can have the same cards. But this also ties in really well with the chakras. So our root chakra, having a strong community can help you feel more rooted, help strengthen your root chakra, feeling like you have people to lean on when you need that support. And that in turn helps strengthen the heart chakra as well. So what sisterhood can you call in this year to help strengthen those energy systems within you, which will then help nurture your health and strengthen your health and vitality? So now I'm going to clear this space, and then we're going to move on to the second category, which is what to prune, release, or refine. So for this, you got the Lily card, which represents hope, fertility, family, purification, and dis-ease. Lily can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of encouraging protection, purification, fertility, rejuvenation of the soul, to repel negativity, or offer as a gift to symbolize hope and new beginnings. The affirmation is, I am happy, healthy, and hopeful. Taking care of myself is my priority. So again, that focus on health this year is really coming through for you in this reading, and approaching that from an energetic level and recognizing the ways in which our energy, our emotions, and our mental health play into our physical health, and what can manifest on a physical level as a result of those things kind of being imbalanced and us not checking in on them. So in terms of what to release or refine this year, I see you just checking in more with your energy field, with your aura, what feels off, where in your body are you feeling off, and just tuning into that to see what wisdom your body has to share with you. Reiki is something that you might be interested in exploring. I am a Reiki practitioner. I do offer distance Reiki sessions that take place over Zoom online. Amazing thing about Reiki is that it can work from anywhere as long as the intention is set for it to go to that person and to where the energy is needed for that person on a physical and energetic level. So if that's something you're interested in exploring, I will include a link for that in the description. Of course, there's many other amazing Reiki practitioners out there and other energetic healing modalities that you can explore. So whatever your soul feels called to, this may be a sign that that is something for you to check out in 2025. And now we're going to pull a few more cards for you about what to release or refine in 2025. We have inspiration, beautiful spark, and moving impulse. Interesting. I'm going to pull the other two cards right away and just see what kind of story these cards are telling us. Oh, we got the number 19 there as well. So maybe that's an important number for you. So we have last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. It's a really beautiful card. And then we have the Catalyst. This is from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck by Taylor Eaton. She's another awesome card reader on YouTube. I love to watch her videos. Definitely check her out if you feel called. So with this card, I get the sense of finding healing through creative impulses, through things that bring you inspiration and acting on those. I do also see this tying in with the previous card of sisterhood and of community, finding inspiration in our community, having other women or other people in our lives that inspire us to take better care of ourselves, to try something new, to explore those creative impulses. And this card, last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself, speaks to drawing that inspiration from others in a healthy way where we're not comparing ourselves and feeling like we're not as good, but taking inspiration in, I want to embody that as well. I want to embody that in my own unique way. I love that quality about them. How can I bring more of that into my life and make that my own, and express it in my own unique, authentic way? And to be proud of your accomplishments, be proud of your unique gifts and how they're different from others as well. And when you take action on those inspirations, those sparks of creativity or joy, be proud of yourself for doing so and be proud of what comes out of that. And that will all help shift your energy into that higher vibration state, which will then help to improve your health. So I do want to read the guidebook for this card because I think there may be an important message within it for you to hear. And I think it ties in really well with these other cards and the overall kind of theme that we've been getting with your reading. So the Catalyst represents abundant activation and gifts awoken. There is so much that we carry deep within ourselves that is waiting to be used to help us create more prosperity in our lives. Potent desires, untouched dreams, slumbering gifts, many lie dormant unbeknownst to the conscious mind. The Catalyst specializes in reaching deep into other souls and awakening that which is untapped. She's finely attuned to the gifts and potential in others, knowing which parts of someone to activate in order to help them reach new levels of abundance. This card indicates that something is currently being activated within you. Even if you haven't noticed it yet, you may see new talents emerging that you didn't know you had within yourself. Or perhaps you'll start to identify new desires stirring in your heart. Whatever the change is, embrace it. Whatever you need to help you call more wealth into your life is stirring within you now. Lean into it, allow it to emerge into the world, and it will lead you to great abundance. So I think this is really saying when you do experience that spark of inspiration or those creative impulses in 2025, to lean into those as a catalyst for awakening your divine gifts, your soul essence that needs to be shared with the world. And when we are repressing that, we are affecting our energy, our aura, and our physical, mental, and emotional health. I see you this year really taking on that purification of your energy and focusing more on what brings you joy and inspiration and using that to unlock your hidden gifts and then being proud of what those gifts are. So now I'm going to clear this space and we're going to tap into the final category, which is what is blooming for you in 2025. So I love that we are ending your reading with this card. It's one of my favorite cards in my deck. It's called Petunia. It's number 23. And it represents beauty, carefree joy, social life, and domestic bliss. So I see you by the end of 2025 having so much more energy because of this work that you're going to be doing. And you're going to be much more carefree. You're going to have more joy. Things in your life are just going to feel more aligned. And you're going to be so happy that you did that work of purifying your energy and taking action on those creative, inspirational impulses. So petunias can be used in spells and rituals with the intention of bringing more magic and positive energy into the home, as an offering to house spirits or deities, or as a gift to welcome new neighbors. The affirmation for this card is, I lead a wildly fulfilling and joyful life. So that sounds really amazing. I love that. And we're going to pull a few more cards to provide more clarity, guidance, and insights on this category. So what other guidance can I offer group 4 on what is blooming for them in 2025? We have another repeat card from another one of the piles. So we have determination, intention to achieve. That is number 10. And we have full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. So we had this one before as well. I believe that was in pile 3. And then we have the wealthy woman. Okay. So once you've done this kind of groundwork for the year and you're moving into this space of what is blooming for you, I do want to read the guidebook for this card because I think there may be an important message for you in there. So it says to decide to definitely and firmly, firm intention to achieve desired goal. So I think this may relate to, for the previous card, those inspirational sparks or creative impulses, that kind of theme. Deep down, you have already made a life-changing decision. The only thing left to do is to take the necessary steps towards a desired outcome. Transform your current reality with radical changes, hard work, and rigorous discipline. Hold yourself accountable and do not let yourself stray, get distracted, or lose your focus. Starting over is much harder than doing the work continuously. And the affirmation is, it is time to be strong. So once you've kind of done that work on checking in with your energy system, with your chakras, and just how you're feeling and where you can bring more balance in, I see you feeling so much more strong and stable and having so much more inner strength to execute and focus on those inspirational sparks that we were talking about before. So I see you getting some sort of ping of inspiration in 2025. And once you are arriving at that place of more balanced health, that inner strength will naturally follow, which will help you to follow that path and see where it leads you. So I see this card, full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check, speaking to that checking in with your energy levels, with your energy systems in the body, and just seeing what needs your attention. And then that, again, is going to help you get to this space of being that inner strength and embodying that in pursuing your goals. And by the end of 2025, I see you embodying this beautiful, wealthy woman where you have so much more inner strength and confidence, and you know your worth, and you know what you are better informed about what your unique gifts are and how you can express those in your most authentic way going forward. And I just see you feeling so much more vibrant, energized, and healthy by the end of 2025 as well, which is very exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Group 4. Thank you for watching. If this reading resonated with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I would appreciate if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if there's anyone you think would benefit from this reading, to share it with them. And again, if you are looking for a more detailed and personalized reading for 2025, I am offering those until the end of January or until sold out. So you can check the video description for the link for that if you're interested in booking a reading. And thank you again for watching, and I hope you have an amazing and healthy 2025.